Exile is strangely compelling to think about, but terrible to experience. It is the unhealable rift forced between a human being and a native place, between the self and its true home. Its essential sadness can never be surmounted. And while it is true that literature and history contain heroic, romantic, glorious, even triumphant episodes in an exile's life, there are no more than efforts meant to overcome the crippling sorrow of estrangement. The achievements of exile are permanently undermined by the loss of something left behind forever. Exiles look at non-exiles with resentment. They belong in their surroundings, you feel, whereas an exile is always out of place. What is it like to be born in a place, to stay and live there, to know that you are of it, more or less forever? Although it is true that anyone prevented from returning home is an exile, some distinctions can be made between exiles, refugees, expatriates, and emigres. Exiles originated in the age-old practice of banishment. Once banished, the exile lives an anomalous and miserable life with the stigma of being an outsider. The word refugee has become a political one, suggesting large herds of innocent and bewildered people requiring urgent international assistance, whereas exile carries with it, I think, a touch of solitude and spirituality. Expatriates voluntarily live in an alien country, usually for personal or social reasons. Hemingway and Fitzgerald were not forced to live in France. Expatriates may share in the solitude and estrangement of exile, but they do not suffer under its rigid prescriptions. Emigres enjoy an ambiguous status. Technically, an emigre is anyone who emigrates to a new country. Choice in the matter is certainly a possibility. Colonial officials, missionaries, technical experts, mercenaries, and military advisors on loan may in a sense live in exile, but they have not been banished. White settlers in Africa, parts of Asia and Australia may once have been exiles, but as pioneers and nation builders, the label exile dropped away from them. Much of the exile's life is taken up with compensating for disorientating loss by creating a new world to rule. It is not surprising that so many exiles seem to be novelists, chess players, political activists, and intellectuals. Each of these occupations requires a minimal investment in objects and places a great premium on mobility and skill. The exile's new world, logically enough, is unnatural, and its unreality resembles fiction. George Lucas, in his theory of the novel, argued with compelling force that the novel, a literary form created out of the unreality of ambition and fantasy, is the form of transcendental homelessness. Classic epics, Lucas wrote, emanate from settled cultures in which values are clear, identity stable, life unchanging. The European novel is grounded in precisely the opposite experience, that of a changing society in which an itinerant and disinherited middle-class hero or heroine seeks to construct a new world that somewhat resembles an old one left behind forever. In the epic, there is no other world, only the finality of this one. Odysseus is returned to Ithaca after years of wandering. Achilles will die because he cannot escape his fate. The novel, however, exists because other worlds may exist. Alternatives for bourgeois speculators, wanderers, exiles.